Good evening. I'm going to get started. I greet you tonight on behalf of Ms. Thomas. Although I'm the senior administrator, she would have loved to be here, but she had another event that she absolutely must attend, which has to deal with budgeting for our county and educators. So I had no problem with her being there to help advocate for us, so we can make sure we have a good budget for us to be able to support our kids. For those who don't know, I'm Mr. Yawar. I'm the class of 2024 that you all adore and that you all have really been waiting for, your kids' administrator. To my left, I'll have them introduce themselves and explain their roles, and we'll get rolling.
I'm Deb Reese. I'm one of the two graduation coordinators.
Hi, I'm Samantha Carter. I'm one of the senior class sponsors.
These are the folks that are making this year happen for class of 2024. Your class sponsors. All this information that we're going to go through is a result of also Ms. Adams, who's not here. It's a result of Ms. Carter, Ms. Barksdale, Ms. Adams, Ms. Reese, the whole team to make these things happen, all right? It's a heavy lift for senior year. So here's our agenda, okay? I'm gonna go over the calendar, AP exam dates, because I'm sure everyone wants to know about that. Obligations and senior fees, SSL hours, senior awards, graduation rehearsal, and graduation itself, okay? Any questions that we don't answer tonight, feel free, email me or email one of us, depending on what it is, so you can get that information, okay? Here's our calendar for April. The biggest piece here, as you see, tonight we're a senior caregiver meeting. Tomorrow's no school because teachers are finalizing their grades and everything else here. Then we have prom, April 19th. Did anyone get my reminder message about prom dresses? Yeah. Okay, great. I'll have to double check because I'm on remind different things. I'm like, I don't know if that went through. No one responded, like, thank you, or it's a good resource. So I was like, I hope everyone saw it. But again, it's a great opportunity. I actually live on that side of town. And if you want something, I'll probably get there early, for sure, because it's not going just to QO, it's going to other schools as well. So just FYI, give you a heads up for it. That's really the big piece. The asynchronous day, you'll receive more information about that as well as we go through. Not tonight, but later on with the school. Okay? May, here it is. I know what anyone really cares about is the 31st, more than anything else. However, the 30th is super important if you want some things for graduation. Our senior award ceremony is Wednesday the 22nd. I'll be communicating more about that as well. Is it the 23rd? Okay, athletic senior awards. Yeah, I can see that. Is the 23rd. Okay? And then you have the AP exams. Again, these slides and the video will be available on QO's website as early as Thursday. Okay? Now move on to some folks have cameras out. If you want to take pictures, that's fine. Just let me know if I'm going too fast. Oh yeah, sorry. The last day for seniors is May 24th. Okay? Every senior I've been able to speak with, I said blow out the third quarter with your grades. I said because fourth quarter's going to hit, the weather's going to change, and you're going to want to take it easy. The last thing you want is to be scraping to try to pull up a grade so you can pass for the semester. But their last day is May 24th. Okay? So they say, no, Mom, actually change it to May 20th. Dad, we don't have to go anymore. May 24th is the day. Okay? Don't let them tell you anything different. Anything I missed on that? Okay? AP exams, there are a bunch of them, so they're all across. I'm not going to read them all, but you see as early as they're starting is the 6th. And that's NSL, Art History, and AP Chem. First day. Okay? says letters will be sent out if your student has an obligation. That goes twofold. Some students have, if you have not paid your senior fees, then now your child has obligation for the senior fees. Okay? In the past, senior fees have started off and they've gone from $70, and if you don't pay them in like 90 days, and it's going to $80, and then 60 days after that, and it's going to $90. I decided as administrator this year, we aren't going to raise that fee, so I want to get as many kids as possible to pay for their senior fees. And that has been great. To date, now we have 80 seniors who have not paid their senior fees if they're expected to graduate. So those things have now turned into obligations. So they must see Ms. Ayers in order to pay for that. And they need to, you can pay that through SCO, which I'll reference in a second. But as you see, just because your student does not have an obligation right now, doesn't mean that they won't have one. So I just talked about senior fees being an obligation. But in order for kids to participate in graduation and all these things, they have to have all the obligations paid. So if they owed a book from 9th grade, they're going to be flagged. Okay, so anything here, textbooks, sports uniforms, all those things, okay? And Ms. Reese has more info, because she's been helping with senior classes the past few years, so she can chime in some more.
Obligations are put in as on a rolling basis, so just because they don't have obligations today doesn't mean they won't have obligations next week or the week after. It's dependent on when the teacher puts them in and when that course or that team finishes. So there are a number of checkpoints. They won't be able to buy tickets from if they have obligations, but an obligation can be put in after that. So each checkpoint, they need to double check. Prom tickets, caps and gowns. Prom tickets, caps and gowns, and then picking up their tickets for graduation the day before or after rehearsal, which we'll get to later. These are all checkpoints, and as long as their obligations are paid, they will be able to go through. If at any point an obligation has been put in, the teacher that your student is talking to will communicate and say, sorry, I can't give you your cap and gown, you have an obligation. Go see Ms. Ayers, pay it, bring me the receipt, and then we move forward. There was a question. How do you know if they have an obligation? Where do you see that?
Oh, Mike. Thank you. So, SCO is one of the places you can see, all right, school cash online. So if you have an obligation, all right, then that account, you can see all the things that your student needs to pay for on there. So you should be able to access that. If in doubt, contact Ms. Ayers, our school financial specialist. She can let you know. You're like, hey, I see my kid has a, I don't know, obligation that says for $20. What is that for? And it may be for something from freshman year, maybe, I don't know, anything, you know, that they could have been obligated for through their teacher. So as Ms. Reese said, that's on a rolling basis. So they may be cleared now for prom, but then, you know, they haven't turned in all their materials yet for school, and then all of a sudden their English teacher put an obligation saying return a book or something. Okay? So that's the main person if you don't see that through SCO. All right? And it can be paid through SCO, through your account, or worst case scenario, come in the building, go to the financial specialist window, which is near the cafeteria, then you can pay those fees. Okay? Cash, right now I think she's got a little swipe thing too. Yeah, I don't know that thing. Card reader, what it is. Okay? All right, cool. Yeah, that was an error if that happened, but thank you for letting us know so we can revoke that ticket. Was that your child, or what's your child's name? Okay, yeah, absolutely, yeah. They're not supposed to, so yeah, we don't do prom, but I'll remind them to let them know that. Okay. Here's all the things, if you didn't know already, what senior fees is covered. If I'm going too fast, let me know. I think most of this, some of us will know already. It covers your cap, gown, graduation ticket, flowers, all those things for graduation as well. In addition to the senior t-shirt, if they haven't picked one of those up, all those things are covered in the senior fees. Okay? All right. If you need I think I did your slide. Didn't I? Okay. If you need financial assistance for your senior fees, hopefully if anyone's in here and that was the case, you would have reached out to me already and then we'd have made arrangements. Okay? If not, email me or contact me and let me know, and then I can tell you what the options are for the senior fees. Okay? SSL hours. We have been known to pull students out of the graduation line who have not met SSL hours. They have to, that's a graduation requirement. Okay? You may say they may pass all their academics, they've done all those things, but if they owe one SSL hour, I hear they'll be pulled out of line. So please remind them about the SSL hours. If they qualify for the SSL board, whatever else, we'll follow up, we'll be taking care of those things, but kind of keep that in mind. The certificate of merited service is 240 hours, okay? So yes, if your child has more than that, they won't get a cord now. That deadline to submit that was April 5th. All right, and all that paperwork should have been in, or things should have been processed through Ms. Miller for those SSL hours. If your child still needs SSL hours and you need ideas where can they go to get them, Mrs. Miller is the person she's an SSL coordinator, so she can tell you up to date how many hours they have and what is it that they can do if they need to earn those additional hours.
Oh yeah, I was asking, because no one ever responded to me when I asked this question 2 weeks ago. I asked this question 2 weeks ago and I never got a response.
What was the question?
The question was, if your child has met the merit requirements, do we fill out paperwork? And I never got a...
No, we fill out paperwork.
No, we fill out the paperwork. That's already taken care of because we look to see who has it, and then we process that. Okay. What I'm saying is, I'm sorry, let me clear that up. What I'm saying is if now, after this date, you're like, now my kid has 247, now they won't be able to get it because we've already processed it. Yes. Take it your title is mom.
I am.
Yep, I got it. I know. Sorry. That's why. I'm sorry if I didn't respond. Okay? Any other questions about that? Okay, senior awards. I mentioned May 22nd at 6:30. Senior athletic awards is Thursday, May 23rd. All right? Honorees will all receive invitations. All families and students are welcome. Okay? It'll be right here in the auditorium. It's going to be amazing. Light refreshments for you. It's going to be a packed house. I will come early. So we've already worked on everything for the senior award. So it's going to be, yes. So examples of the awards. We're going to recognize those valedictorians. We're going to recognize AP scholars. Okay. Exceptional students. That's what I was just going to say. Our wonderful students, but yes.
Presidents, emeritus, it's a really long title.
Yeah, that sounded like Miss Coughlin, but I didn't hear her. I hear the voice, I don't see the face. Name that movie, someone, right? Name that movie. Yes. Oh, that is Miss Coughlin, I'm sorry. Yes. President's Awards, Governor's Awards, is all those major awards for us for senior class.
What time was that at again?
Say it again?
What time was the senior awards?
6:30.
6:30. Sorry.
If your student has won an award, you will get an invitation. It will all be sent over. Senior athletic awards is like spring athletic awards, or is that another? No, it's senior.
job is only to recognize my seniors. If you have babies in the other grade levels, I do love them, but I can be honest, I don't love them as much as I love the seniors. Okay? Just want to be brutally honest. It's true. Okay? All right, Senior Sunset, which I'm so excited about. I've been losing sleep over this. It's so exciting. It's Wednesday, the 29th of May. It started from 7:30 to 9:30. It will end right on time at 9:30. That's in the Cougar Dome. So we had, all kind of like food and other little things for them just to kind of hang out and music. So just want to let you know, it is a school-sponsored event. And we follow traditional guidelines as far as behavior and expectations. Just so you know, my message to the class of 2024 has been, have fun, have good fun, be safe. Yes, you're gonna make bad decisions, but don't make a decision that will not allow you to walk across stage. So, Montgomery County Public Schools says we have to give you a diploma if your child has earned it, but that does not give them a right to have to participate in graduation ceremonies if their behaviors are not meeting expectations. So just kind of keep that in mind. I've been reiterating that with seniors a lot. So, yeah, here I am. Here's some additional information for you. To insist, to make sure that your senior is checked out, there is a senior checklist to close things out. It's a Navion survey, textbooks, additional materials to return, items to pick up. Basically, students will go through that checklist, and it's kind of like what you do if you had to check out for your job for the end of the year to close out. Have you done this? Have you checked, make sure your obligations are done? Check. Okay? Have you done your senior survey? Where you going? What you going to do with your life? All those things. Check. Okay? It has all that type of stuff in there. Okay? That checklist is on QO's webpage. And then you see the end of the year items. Everyone must complete that 2024 Quince Orchard High School graduation survey. Okay?
It's another one of the checks where if you don't do it, you won't get your cap and gown and you won't get your graduation tickets.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if it'll come up with anybody, but lots of schools have pushed their decision deadline until June. So you may have students who don't know how to answer that survey at the second.
Thank you for that information.
Because of the FAFSA delay, that's why they're pushing.
Yeah. Okay. Duly noted. Just follow Romero. Okay.
So graduation rehearsal begins on May 30th at 7:45 in the morning there, which is normal duty day for us, which is why that's. It is a requirement. If you do not participate in graduation rehearsal, you don't get your tickets. It is a requirement. We go through a lot of nuts and bolts with the students about what's appropriate, what we are doing, and what to expect in graduation. We do a dry run of graduation. They will go through the whole thing. They will practice sitting and standing. It's the hardest thing they do that day. You don't get your tickets for graduation until afterwards. So if you do not participate because you have an appointment, then
Someone's husband's calling.
if you're not there because of an appointment, then we won't give you your tickets. And it's explicitly stated multiple times, and so it's a requirement. We begin promptly at 7:45. There is a senior breakfast that begins at 7 a.m. outside. They can all mingle one last time, and then we'll call them in and we'll get started. We'll go through all sorts of details with them about what to expect at graduation.
Question?
How many tickets do you get?
I'm getting to it, I promise.
All right.
I'm getting to it.
Just be honest. How many of you just want to know how many tickets you get so you can go?
7.
Okay. Yeah,
7
wait.
is my favorite number.
Okay.
You get 7 tickets at graduation. Each graduate gets 7 tickets. If you need additional tickets, On Thursday, on the website, there will be a link. It will also be put in here. If you'd rather go through the presentation, which will be on the same page, for you to request additional tickets. You can request additional tickets, and then we will get back to you and tell you how many we are able to provide. We can't just give you 50 tickets because we can't. It's not how bodies work. We have limited seating. 7 tickets is enough for everybody to have someone there to cheer for them, to have your family there, and if you need more, please reach out. There will be a form, and Mr. Yarborough will respond back to you and let you know how many additional tickets you're getting, and they will be in the envelopes with the original 7 after graduation rehearsal for your student to pick up. If you
Question.
Nope, the student
No.
does not need a ticket. Student has a gown. That's their ticket, and they go in a different place.
Go here, then here first.
That's between you and them. We will stay out of it.
Yeah, just don't tell me.
We want nothing to do with that.
I don't care.
If you know that you don't need all 7 and you want to let us know that, we will happily disperse those tickets to other families who do. Or you can mix and mingle however you want to go with that.
Yeah.
We'll give each graduate 7 tickets.
We're totally not releasing that. Y'all work that out. Whatever. I've already have a request for 30 tickets. I can't give you 30 tickets. I'm just gonna be honest. I can't. So I know Ms. Thomas isn't here. I don't know if that parent's gonna email her, but I can't give you 30 tickets. I just can't.
There was a question. Please,
Yeah.
either.
Yeah, just either one's fine. If you know someone else, feel free to give it to them. But if not, you're like, hey, Ms. Sharper, we don't need 3 of these tickets, and I'll take them, and then we'll divvy them up for folks. Who knows? Maybe that 30 requests for tickets may receive them. Doubt it, but
There was a question.
yes.
No, I was just, anybody who's giving away tickets, please see me after this meeting, because I need them.
Were you the one who emailed me? Okay. People telling on themselves tonight.
Yes, I am telling, listen, my grandfather had 20 children. I'm one of 100 cousins, so you can only imagine. But yeah, see me, no, I'm dead serious, see me if you're not gonna use all your tickets.
The beginning of May. You'll find out at the beginning of May. Don't have the exact date in front of me. The question was, when will we know if we get the extra tickets? And I just want to make sure everyone can hear it. You have to request by the 26th. This is a really quick turnaround.
Yes, that deadline is super important because, believe it or not, we actually count the tickets and have to put them in envelopes. But
Manually.
yeah.
Let me talk about that.
She's gonna-
So, in addition to tickets, if you need disability seating, I want to make sure if you need disability or ASL vouchers, it is not in addition to your ticket, it is a supplement to that ticket. There is I believe there are 100 plus ADL compliant seats in addition to our handicap in wheelchairs sectioning. That counts as your tickets. There's normally enough for families to sit together. It is on a first come, first served. We do not have staff up there monitoring who's in what spaces. We request that people with limited mobility have access to those seats first, and there are rows right in front of them for the rest of the family to sit. We personally do not get involved in that. We do request that you tell us so that we have seats reserved, and we will reserve as many seats as we can that are ADA compliant. But all 7 of you will not be sitting in the ADA seats. It's one ADA ticket plus 1 guest. Or, yeah, 1 additional family member is what we normally set aside. Question? talk to Mr. Yarborough and we'll make it, that's very
Yeah,
specific.
your special circumstance, I know your circumstance, that's totally different. Most folks don't have that unique circumstance. There are 3 that have a unique circumstance who won't be here. There's a child who's medical procedure, so I wouldn't dare tell them you could participate if they have stuff going on for it. But yes, I know your situation, so that's understood. If you can know, do everything you can to get here. Absolutely, sure.
All bodies must have a ticket, not students, but all guest bodies must have a ticket, including the small child sitting on your lap. It's a ticket per body, not a ticket per seat. So even if you have the very small child, they need their own ticket, and it counts towards your 7. Each student has a cap and a gown. We have ordered them. They are physically in the building. You can't have them yet. They are here. We have to make sure we've got one for each kid. They went through Jostens and ordered. They went through Jostens and have ordered the size appropriate to what they believe they are. And information will be coming out soon-ish in the beginning of May about when and where they will be picking up their caps and gowns. It'll happen in that last week that they are in school, so May 20th to 24th. And they will come in for last check before graduation rehearsal to make sure that everything is accounted for and finished, and then they'll get their caps and gowns.
If your cap and gown is the wrong size, you're gonna have to be patient for us because it's pre-ordered. So if your kid happened to say they were 6 feet and they meant to say 5'2",
Which has happened before.
sorry, just be patient. We'll do our best to try to adjust, but it won't be super quick. All right, we just gotta make sure everyone else's gets theirs and things are proper. And those things usually work out. But just gonna have to be patient.
Lots of the cords that your students have earned, lots, not all, lots of the cords that your students have earned will be given out either by their honor society directly through the honor society, not us, through the award ceremony. And I believe that's it. I believe those are the only times and places that they will get cords and other nonsense that they get to wear. Beautiful nonsense, but nonsense, right? And they are responsible for those. Once they are given them, if they lose them, we don't have extras. If they lose a cord, they have to take it up with the person who handed it to them. And if there's a discrepancy, oh, I thought I earned this cord. Again, it's not us. We have nothing to do with the cords. That's through their honor society or through the program that they earned it. On graduation, yay! Graduation is at 2 p.m. Graduation starts at 2 p.m. exactly. Because UMBC doesn't want us there all day and we have a lot of graduates. So the doors open at 1 o'clock. Me on the other side running around telling them to open up the doors. The doors will open approximately 1 o'clock for guests to enter. Students will be there hopefully a little bit earlier than that, around 12:30, which I understand means you are standing outside in the sun, and we're sorry. We hope it's not raining on you. But we need the kids in there. We line them up. We've got a whole bunch of stuff that we need to do with them before we can let you in, and to make sure all the things are put away and that the graduation that happened in the morning is cleared out and all the things. So graduation starts promptly at 2. You can begin showing up around 1. Kids will be there a little bit earlier than that. We go over all of this with them the day before at rehearsal. And then we just ask that you are in your seats by 1:45 so that we can get started. Because again, they want us out. I see your hand.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Because if we went to DC, you'd get 3 tickets per family.
Yeah, that's an easy one. Yeah, how about you want more tickets for your folks to go? Absolutely, this is the best venue. Parking, the whole nine, everything that we've done, we've actually surveyed.
Parking is free.
Parking is free. There's a ton of it.
It's near the venue.
Say again?
It's near the venue.
It's right next to the venue, you don't have to hike.
Yeah,
There's
so
no traffic out there.
many of you may not have known that unless you had earlier graduates. We did survey and asked what was that experience like the first time we went there, and everything was overwhelmingly yes, 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 yes. Come back here. This was great. Getting in, getting out, the whole nine. More tickets for like. So we did
The air
survey.
conditioning works really well.
Yes.
We did.
We did.
We were,
Yeah, I was gonna mention that.
they've changed the times because we have too many kids who graduate. The early one is earlier and the later one is later.
Yeah.
Should be fine.
That is what. Yeah, there is an issue. I mean, that was because it was such a tight turnaround from graduation 1 in the morning, graduation 2, whatever else for it. So that was brought up. So that has
That's
been
also why
adjusted.
we're not in the morning anymore. We were not.
So yeah, because they said QO goes over the graduation time, but
We have too many children.
kind of told us. So we're like, okay, give us the afternoon. No, not really. We didn't have. We were voluntold. Yeah.
They will get all the information they need from Ms. Kershaw. She is in charge of the orchestra and choir. She's in charge of them. I have been told not to answer questions. I want her to have it. Wait, I'm sorry, she was in. Technically, how long is graduation? Technically, it's 2.5 hours. Plus or minus 50.
Technically.
Technically. That was your. Oh, I'm gonna put it up there. I got it. Good? So, QO does not provide, oh, did I skip? Nope. QO does not provide transportation. QO does not provide transportation, for families. If you have hardship, please reach out to Mr. Director.
Yes, so the buses that we get are usually for our orchestra, because
Our
to carry, yes, for instruments and things like that, to be able to get there. So we don't do a bus for graduates to try to get them out there. In the past, if someone had some issue, we kind of hooked them up with another family who had space, who had room, and folks worked that out.
Here's the address. There are 11 parking lots around the arena, so there should be no hardship in finding parking. There are garages, free. There are open lots, free. There's a lot on the other side, free. That is the address of, that's the address. There's handicap parking nearby. There's a place for handicap drop-offs right in front. There's lots and lots and lots of options, which again is why we went with UMBC and not DAR. May I change the slide again? You'll have access to this and all this information will be sent out. So this is one of the things we go over with students. This is a formal event. We ask that students and family treat it as such. The students should be in dress clothes and formal attire. In addition to their caps and gowns, whatever shoes they're wearing should be shoes they can walk in and have practice walking in. They will have to walk a good distance in those heels or flats or whatever it is. It should be something that they feel comfortable walking in and upstairs, and the stairs have holes in them. And then back down the stairs and back to their seat. It doesn't feel like a lot of walking, but if those are, and there's a lot of standing, so please make sure that your child is wearing shoes that they will be in for 3 hours comfortably. In addition, they can only wear their cap and gown and regalia that is given by the schools. So if they've earned something from an outside organization, they will not be allowed to wear it during the ceremony. You can wear it in your pictures, you can wear it outside, they just cannot wear it in the ceremony. It's an MCPS, MSD, Maryland State Department of Education policy, it is not a QO policy. It's above us. However, students are allowed to decorate their caps as long as it is appropriate. They get to decorate the top of their cap. Make it personalize it, make it all about you is the easiest way for you to be able to see them in the crowd of black gowns. They all look more or less the same. So they are more than welcome to decorate their caps. They just they need to be able to move the tassel. So it shouldn't have things protruding, building in height. It should not be inches tall.
Okay, yes, thank you for clarifying that with the decoration piece. They have to be able to move their tassel over. If they, during a ceremony. Even with decorating it, again, it should be appropriate. But if it's protruding or something down, then like you're blocking the view from the person behind you, if this is you, because this was my mom in church, she's got the big hat, and everyone's going like this to try to see behind my mom. But that can't be for the cap and gown for the folks that's behind. So just kind of keep that in mind. Last year, I think it was the first year we allowed them to decorate their caps, and that class did an excellent job. They were appropriate and everything was great. We would like to continue with that tradition, so just please remind them, just make sure that they have like good stuff and appropriate stuff that's on their caps.
We ask that students also don't bring anything with them to the ceremony. And if they don't have pockets, we ask that they don't have anything in their hands because they will get up and leave their phone on the floor. And last year after graduation, I had 3 phones. Only one of them was mine because they were left under the seats. So we ask them to hold on to all of their stuff. They can't have a purse. They can't have a bag underneath their gown. They shouldn't have anything in their hands. They should be ready to go when you drop them off at the door. Their last 2.5 hours of supervising them. Again, towards another paraphernalia, other regalia that are not from QO and MCPS and MSDE are not allowed and will be taken away. So we've had flags, we've had flags, and it all gets taken away from them. And if they don't remember to come back and get it, then it comes home with me at the end of the ceremony. And I would rather you get to keep it than me. So please make sure that whatever it is that they're wearing, it is the MCPS, it is the QO, it is the MSDE approved regalia. Questions? So we'll go over this during graduation. We have 500 graduates, which is a lot, and
Last number 487.
We have a lot of students and we want everybody's name to be heard. And so we ask that you do respectful clapping throughout, right? During the processional, when the students' names are being read, you won't be allowed on the floor, you won't be allowed to get down close to the floor. So get there early and get good seats. We have a recording that happens that you can purchase afterwards.
Live stream.
No, you can live stream.
We are streaming it live to the school's YouTube channel, and it will remain on the channel thereafter.
Phenomenal, that you can watch on YouTube for the rest of your life. But during the ceremony itself, out of respect for all of the families that are there, we ask that you, again, are respectful of each other. Students are not allowed to throw their caps at the end. They won't get it back. It'll go up, it goes somewhere else, they never find it again. They're really upset, there are lots of feelings involved. Also, that it hits someone else in the head, and then there's paperwork and all of these things. They're not allowed to throw their caps. We talk about it at length at rehearsal, just please back us up. In order to get their diploma, which they pick up after the ceremony, they have to show us their cap. Check and balance, it's the last one we've got, right? The last then security has removed people from the ceremonies before for being loud, disruptive, not celebratory. And we don't like it when that happens. We'd much rather celebrate it with you.
So that's another good part about being at this venue, because they do have staff there to support a little bit. So just kind of keep that in mind. We haven't had that yet. So I'm proud of that. I don't want to be the first class to have that happen either for us. So
We talked about this earlier. If you need handicapped access, it is 100% handicapped accessible. Please make sure you request the ADA voucher. If you need deaf or hard of hearing seating, please again put that in. It is one of the forms that you'll have access to. Please put it in there so that we make sure that we have interpreters and we have seats set aside for you and your family. The voucher does not count as a ticket. It is a supplement to your ticket. So you'll have to show both to be in either of those sections, the ADA or the deaf and hard of hearing.
it's all about contact information. If anything was not clear or you need additional questions, again, you can always email me, Ms. Barksdale and Ms. Carter. Thank you, because they're our senior sponsors. Any financial obligations or anything, Ms. Ayers is the financial specialist. They get you cleared. Any other questions for those? If you have questions about SSL hours, Ms. Miller, her email is here. Utilize this information, these resources if you need it. I don't have anything else. If there are additional questions, I'll be here for a few minutes to answer them if that's the case, or if you feel free, you can ask here. But other than that, then we're done. We are done. By Thursday, it will be on QOHS website for you to access it. So if you want to go back and kind of take your time and look through some of those things, it will be there. But with that, we're done. Unless there's some questions, I can answer them. Yes, ma'am.
These are extra tickets.
I can't. Can you start again? Because I didn't get you.
I was saying that when I had called last week and spoke to the secretary in regards to my daughter's cousin, if she can come to the prom, they asked me how old she is. She's 19.
Is she in high school?
No, she's in college.
And she can't come to prom.
Yeah, so from my understanding, she said as long as she's under 21.
Whoever told you that is wrong. So feel free, come see me. They have to be a high school student. So, yes. Any others? Yes.
Can they wear sunglasses?
Say it again.
Can they wear sunglasses?
During the ceremony? No, it's inside.
Oh, I agree. I just don't.
Do you want them to wear sunglasses?
I don't either.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
We would like them not to wear
It's
sunglasses.
inside. I don't,
No,
yeah.
I understand.
It's part of their outfit.
No, these kids are.
Yeah. No, any other questions? Going once.
Thank you so much for coming. We're very excited to celebrate with you.